Hey everyone, it's Alan Shimel, DevOps.com, DevOps TV, and we're here at Las Vegas, in Las Vegas for Think 2018, IBM's all-in-one conference, first time this year. And our guest right now is Sinead Glynn.
Sinead Glynn.
Sinead Glynn from IBM. And Sinead, why don't you share with our audience what you do with IBM?
Sure, thank you, Alan. So I'm an offering manager in the hybrid management area, and I work in the IT operations management portfolio. My own speciality is the machine learning and cognitive aspects of that portfolio.
And Sinead, you and I had a great conversation off camera before we
Sure,
started.
yeah.
And we spoke about some really deep thoughts of the whole thing around machine learning, automation, and what that means not only for organizations, but for people.
Yeah.
You know, some of the, we have one of our writers on staff at DevOps.com, Bob Resselman. Bob is an old Linux admin, 25, 30 years. And, but he loves writing about automation and what it means for developers and for technical folk. And it's a scary proposition.
Yep.
And I know that you, as part of, you're an offering manager, you're talking to
Yep.
customers all the time. What are you hearing from them?
What am I
these
hearing
things?
from people?
Yeah,
and
around automation and machine learning, and there's a cultural aspect here beyond the pure technology of it.
Absolutely. And my own background, so my background is I came from an engineering background, right?
Mhm.
So I was all about the technology. I saw problems purely in terms of technology. And, we've been working on these machine learning capabilities for years. And I was always a bit surprised in development, when we got into questions about people and process. I didn't really understand the context. But I transitioned to an offering management role, and I guess in that role I can interact more with leaders, and I can talk to people who are actually trying to implement these capabilities. And really, the challenge that people have is that there is cultural resistance to change.
Mhm.
And in particular, there is fear when there are new technologies introduced, and it's purely, how is this going to affect me?
Yes.
Is the machine learning going to make my job more complicated? Is it going to somehow make me, replace me in some way? And that's a fear that frequently arises. But what we have found is that the types of companies that are adopting these technologies, it's generally to do with the management of the complexity. So it's more to do with using the technologies to help folks do more with the machine learning rather than simply, looking for efficiencies. But the machine learning certainly augments the human. It gives them the insight across the domain. It does mean there's going to be change. It is a significant change. And I can see in the last few years, maybe 3 years ago, there were a relatively small percentage of clients who were genuinely interested in the conversation.
Yeah.
I would say easily we're up to 50% at this stage. So it's rising very, very rapidly.
Oh, I no doubt. Well, from a business owner's point of view, I think there's a couple of drivers here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number one is everyone wants to be more efficient, right?
Yeah.
In today's world, if I could be more efficient, it's a win. Secondly, the speed of business today, the speed of automation, in many cases, it used to be, we have more work, we'll throw more people at it.
Absolutely.
But with the speed of business today, more people isn't the issue. You really need that automation aspect to achieve that kind of velocity. So, just doubling the amount of people isn't necessarily going to make you go faster.
It isn't, and often, folks don't have that option either,
And it's
because
expensive.
it's exactly. So they tend to have, kind of fixed workforces, but they have this avalanche of complexity coming at them. So be it, managing much more complex environments, or dealing perhaps with DevOps practices for the first time. Gone are the days in the waterfall model where you're planning the rollout of a new service, it's going to take 6 months, etc., and people are well prepared, and there's a lot of knowledge transfer and context. Now things are happening rapidly. There isn't the domain knowledge isn't there.
Right.
And they're looking to IBM for insights on the data that they already have. And we focus particularly on the machine data. So it's the machine data in your environment, be that events, metrics, logs, topology, and bring all that complexity together and provide insights that are actionable. So instead of having that, long handover from development to operations, you can support the speed of DevOps, but what you're doing is you're getting your insights from the data itself, and it's informing you and helping you do your job
Yeah,
better.
I agree. We don't have a lot of time really backed up to, but I wanted to just, again, go back to the humanity aspect of it, though, too. In the organizations where you are introducing machine learning and AI, once the, oh my God, the sky is falling stage passes, what are the kind of higher value things that machine learning and automation are allowing people to accomplish with their time?
Sure. Well, really the highest thing is that you get to support much higher levels of service. So, in a world where digital is becoming imperative and people they access their services completely in a digital way, and we're really moving towards that very rapidly, much more rapidly than I would have expected, to be quite honest. And there's certain parts of the world, particularly in parts of Europe, where they're definitely more advanced in this. So I think somebody said the other week, the future is here, it's just not evenly distributed.
No, it's not.
So certain parts are more advanced in this, but in that context, what the machine learning helps you do, it's not just about handling the complexity. It's about being able to get insights from your environment and proactively manage your environment. So don't be in break-fix mode. Be in that proactive mode and actually ensure that the services are always on.
So I have to tell you, in my IT career, which is 25 years, maybe more now, I don't know if I've ever not been in break-fix mode.
Yeah.
It's always been break-fix mode.
Absolutely.
Or fix-break.
And people don't believe it's possible. You see, that's part of the
No,
cultural.
I think that is
that's
the
part
cultural
it's like,
thing.
Yeah, I've seen that on a chart
I've heard
before.
that
Yeah,
before.
whatever.
Is this
Yeah,
a new
exactly.
commercial?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think it's something to shoot for. I hope I live
But
to
people
see
are
it.
achieving it.
Yes, they are.
They are achieving.
They are.
Genuinely, they are. Yes, yeah, they are. So.
Okay. I believe you. I mean, not honestly, yes, they are. I think, like you said before, it's not equal all over, right? And it's not just geographically, but it's very different vertical to vertical.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different culture to culture. Every company has their own culture. Some are more embracing,
Absolutely.
are more embracive of this. Some are not. Some are very, they don't fix what's not broke kind of thing.
Exactly. But where digital engagement is an imperative as part of one's business, be that
That's
banking,
where you see this.
be that banking, retail, airlines, all of where digital engagement is an imperative to business. They are the companies that are coming and talking to us because it's not good enough to be in break-fix mode, and they
I agree.
understand that. And they're looking to us for solutions.
Agreed. Well, Sinead, thank you so much for being our guest here.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.
And enjoy the rest of IBM Think. This is Alan Shimel for DevOps.com, DevOps TV, here in Las Vegas for IBM Think 2018. Have a great day.